a lot of people, players included, coaches, fans, of course, do this a lot. But when you add a piece to a team, or they make, a team makes a trade, and all of a sudden there's a media day photo of 3 players, and you see, and it's like, oh, it's scary. I think Harden said scary hours, or that team's going to be scary.
My favorite.
Whenever I think of the KD Warriors, I think of Spencer Hawes, because this dude, when we're playing cards, anytime he has a good hand, he always says, "Y'all are so fucked." and I'm thinking about like y'all getting KD and coming off what you've just done the prior 2 years, and just being like, man, y'all are so fucked.
I got a funny story for that. So that summer, KD's, it was July 1st, whatever. I think maybe 3-4 weeks after that, Drake was performing at Oracle. So we go to the concert, and it's one of those like situations where stage is up here, we're kind of back here in like the little VIP section, whatever. It's like me and Draymond. I think Katie was there. But we're all kind of just everybody knows we're there, but it's not like a big deal. It's just freaking Drake. So Drake's performing, and he gets on this like, I don't even know, it's like a lift that takes him around the arena so you can kind of see the fans and have that moment. So as he's going around, he sees us down there, but doesn't really acknowledge it. He goes past and he's like, "Oh, we're in Oracle Arena. It's crazy. Y'all the champs. Know it's a tough year. Man, y'all got Steph, Draymond, KD now. Oh, number 11. So we all start laughing. It was like, he was just in the moment. My brother was with us. So Seth's with us. And after we get in the car on the way home, he's like, man, y'all cheating. Because the fact that Drake didn't know Clay's name. Yeah, right. He's like, y'all had so many names. That was my favorite. Like, Seth just acknowledging that, like, that vibe that you talking about with Spencer. He's like, bro, the fact that he went through the whole roster and got to Clay was like, number 11 is like game 6.
That's amazing.
I was laughing.
What was the basket when he got there? We've talked about this with him a bit. We talked about Draymond too, but when he got there at first, having just been through these wars against him, what was like the basketball fit like immediately, like pre-playoffs?
Those are the conversations that we talked about, because he even said it just recently, like, you put me with anybody, I can play with anybody. There's a lot of other context, but like that's how he plays. We knew that going in, there was going to be a little sacrifice trying to figure out where shots were going to go. Funny part is we always thought like Draymond's such a great playmaker, point forward type vibe. I was like a 17, 18 shots. Clay was about the same. Katie was like right around 20. So you're counting up the shots in the game and like who's going to have to make the biggest sacrifice. And at first it was actually me, because Draymond was he was a playmaker, and I loved this, set off ball screens and run around and use the gravity and all that. We were creating great shots, but I didn't have a natural flow on the offensive end until probably after Christmas, the Christmas Day game. So, but a lot of the confidence that we could figure it out is because we all knew how to play basketball. We had a high IQ. Nobody really needed to be ball dominant. And so it would mesh pretty well, and we had a lot of confidence that we could do that. And then you go through the season, you figure it out. Funny part is, it's kind of like last year where you have this idea of what our peak basketball is, but KD got hurt the last 2 months of that season, or maybe 6 or 8 weeks of that season. And, he came back right before the playoffs. So we had to go into the most important time of the year without like having those reps. And so you still have a little bit of uncertainty around how it's going to look.
I felt really bad for you guys.
I was trying.
Like, you knew as soon as you started. Like, come on.
In our locker room, we were trying to figure it out. No, I'm just playing. But that's like part of the,
Come on.
We were trying to figure it out, and thankfully we did.
Oh, man. My favorite, I was laughing at first when you first started talking about guys adding up shots, because I remember, I don't know if it was like September or media day or sometime in the preseason, but they asked Clay about it, about like sacrificing. It's like, are you worried you're not going to get as many shots? And Clay's like, I ain't sacrificing shit. I'm shooting 20 times a game.
Yeah,
like that's Clay.
That's Clay, baby.
As always, thank you for listening to the show. Please subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Wondery, wherever you listen to your podcast. We appreciate you guys.